Welcome back to my channel, and today it's gonna be a very interesting video because I am finally sharing with you guys my crystal gemstone collection. I have decided to share this video because a lot of people have been asking me, oh, let me see all your collections, do you have a picture, can you please bring them in? And although I would like to show them off because they are so beautiful, I just wouldn't want to risk traveling and like bringing all of them outside and risk breaking them or like shattering them, because I'm going to be showing some of my favorite and most treasured crystals that I have collected over the years. And yes, you heard me right, I've been collecting crystals since I was probably in high school back home, so 14-15 years old. It's been a long time, and at that time I didn't even realize that those are crystals. I was just very drawn to whatever metaphysical properties that it can kind of share with you, or any healing properties that I have read because of it. This whole crystal collection kind of thing started when I was in second year high school. We studied the earth basically for science, and it was just fascinating. When someone asked me, how come you're into crystal? How did it all started? And I'm just like, oh, you know what? I can't remember. So I kind of spent weeks just to like kind of backtrack a little bit and figure out how it all started when we're sharing my stories and my crystals, which I love very much. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, tell me which one is your favorite. And in this video, I am not going to be discussing any metaphysical healing properties of the crystals because you can all just Google that out, and I am not an expert. I just happen to love collecting and looking at them. Let's get started, guys. By the window is actually the designated area for all of my crystals because that's where I usually charge or cleanse them from the moonlight or sunlight. In here I have a ruby in zoisite. The first time I saw it, I was just magically drawn to it. I mean, there is nothing like it, to be honest. It's a combination of blue, green, yellow, pink or red, and it's just really beautiful. You'll be seeing a lot of fluorite and point crystals in this video because I do collect point crystals. That's usually the shape that I'm actually drawn to. I mean, they are so pretty. I don't have a lot of big crystals because I just wanted to just be able to take them all with me just in case I decide to move from one city to another. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be that type of person who's not gonna be staying in one city. I'm probably gonna be moving from one city to another, and if I have big crystals or geodes and stuff like that, I don't think that I'm going to be able to bring them all with me. So until I find a perfect place for me to settle in, I am not going to be buying any large crystals. Anyways, this crystal is so beautiful. As you can see, it has a combination of purple, yellows, a little bit of a green in there, and fluorite is actually one of my favorite crystals that I have been collecting. For some reason, I just can't stop buying them. They're just so pretty. I mean, look at that. Look at those colors. So the next one that I'm going to be showing you guys is the very first fluorite point that I have ever bought. This one is actually my favorite. I mean, it's so small, but look at those colors. There's just nothing like it. It's so magical. I am actually very careful of my fluorite crystals. I try not to put them in water or place them under strong sunlight because they will actually fade. This one is my personal favorite, and you'll know why in a second. This one has a lot of blue in it, a lot of greens, and if you know me by now, you know that one of my favorite colors is blue. Blue is just so amazing. I mean, can you see that? My heart is melting just like looking at that. I mean, how can you not fall in love with that? There's a lot of rainbow, the colors are so vibrant. This is actually one of the best crystals that I have. I mean, look at that. Can you guys see the rainbow? It's so magical. I also have a lot of tumbled stones, but in this video I'm just not going to be showing those ones because it will take probably until tomorrow before I even get the chance to edit this video. If you know me, you know that I love to surround myself with crystals all over. Even at work, there would be crystals laying around everywhere in my room. This is actually the only reason why I wanted to travel the world and maybe be a geologist, because I wanted to see what the other places has. My sister would ask me all the time, where would you want me to take you whenever we just go somewhere? I would always ask them. I wanted to go to a crystal shop because I always wanted to see what they have. It's always interesting, and instead of me getting some kind of like a souvenir from a place that I want to visit, I'd rather just get some crystals from them because it's all natural. There are magical, healing, and vibrational properties in it. This also makes me want to be a miner of crystals. And yes, if you know me, I want to be a lot of different things. In here, I also have another ruby in zoisite or fusite, but this one doesn't have the red dots in it, which I like because it has a little bit of a black printing on green, which I think is beautiful because those two combination colors are so different and unique. This one is an astrophyllite. They say that it will kind of help you find your life purpose. When I was at the store, I wasn't entirely sure why I was so drawn to it. I mean, it's so small, there wasn't really anything to it. My camera is just not giving it the proper justice right now, but if you actually look closely in person, you'll see sparks and sheens of blue in there. This is a very beautiful stone, and I think it's powerful in its own way, even though it's really small and simple. Next one is another fluorite, and this one is in combination of milky white, yellow, and green. It's just beautiful to me. I am never gonna give this one up. I mean, look at that. Can you guys see how pretty it is? If you like green or pink colored gemstones and crystals, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Next one is a really cute and pretty rose quartz. I mean, who wouldn't have a rose quartz crystal in their collection, right? This one is really cute. I actually have a bigger one, which I'm gonna show a little later. So this one is actually an angelite, and funny story, I wasn't really mindful when I first got it, so I thought that I could cleanse it with the other stones using water. And unfortunately, I didn't know because I wasn't paying attention that you're not supposed to put angelite under direct sun. Now it's slowly kind of becoming a chalk, but I'm trying to reverse the reaction. So if you know anything, any remedy at all for this poor angelite in my hand, please let me know because I am desperate to fix it. I love this one so much because it helps you express yourself. The next one that I have here is a lapis. I have never owned anything of this sort of crystal before, and it is actually my first time. When I got it, I just can't seem to put it down. I was just like, you have to go home with me. I love this obsidian crystal so much. Black is actually my favorite shade, and it's just so simple. It's supposed to protect you from any negative energies around. Also in here, I have the Super 7. So this one is a magical crystal because it has 7 different crystals in it. There's amethyst, rutile, clear quartz, probably a little bit of chlorite in there. It's amazing. Sometimes you can even see insects in them, but I'm just not really into crystals that has insects in them, so you guys aren't going to be seeing any of those in this video. But this one is so magical because it gives off the energy of all the other 7 crystals. I mean, how cool is that, right? I wish I have a bigger piece. So remember guys, when I told you that I actually have a larger piece of rose quartz? This was the crystal that I was talking about. This is just so pretty. For some reason, I've been collecting a lot of tumbled rose quartz and I just couldn't get enough. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just get a huge piece and stop collecting. And ever since, I did stop, but I kind of collected a different kind of stone instead. The one that I'm holding right now is actually an amethyst. So remember my rule of not getting any big crystals? I kind of caved when I saw this one and the rose quartz because I was just like, you can't get anything that is bigger than what you already have, because when you move to one place to another, there is a huge chance that you're just gonna leave them and not take them with you, because first, they are heavy, and second, it's just not possible. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do if I have to give this one away. I am probably not gonna do that because there is nothing like it. For some reason, I am always drawn to amethyst. Different shapes, different colors, different clusters, and you'll be seeing a lot of that in this video. Just like this next one. This one is like a palm stone to me. It's not really a palm stone, it's like probably one of those crystals that kind of broke off its cluster. It's really pretty. The purple is really vibrant in it. It's like the perfect hand stone, and if you just want to take this energy off, then you can just kind of hold it in your hand and not worry about anything. It's really beautiful. It's one of my favorite. This one in my hand right now is a Celestite, and I got this one at one of the gem show that was held in Ottawa about maybe a year ago, and for some reason I just couldn't seem to put it down at that time. So I went home with it, and I am glad that I did, because I would have probably beat myself up if I didn't get it at that time. This one is actually an apophyllite, and apophyllite is one of my favorite crystals. It has a shade of gray, white, blue. It's just a beautiful stone, and although a lot of people can't stand apophyllite, I still love it. I mean, look at that. It's so beautiful. How can you not be around it? It's not really a very popular stone and a lot of people aren't drawn to it, but I couldn't stop collecting it. This one is a great piece. I can't stop looking at it, especially at night. I mean, can you see all the rainbows? Can you see all the mirrors? It's just a different kind of piece. I just couldn't get enough of it. To me, this crystal is so magical. I mean, how can you not see the magic in it, right? It's beautiful. It does have a high vibration to it, so I personally think that you need to be careful around it. You need to be careful as to how you're going to feel or present yourself, because it kind of intensifies whatever emotion you have at that time, and that is probably why not a lot of people likes to be around it. This one is also an apophyllite. It's really pretty in sunlight, guys. I mean, I will never give this one up. It's just a little fragile. I remember washing it one time in running water and there was just a lot of shards and little stones that kind of fell off. This one has a little bit of stibulite in it, which I love. I am drawn to a lot of apophyllite. You'll be seeing a little bit more of an apophyllite a little later when I show you. This one is actually a calcite, and I love this one so much because it just shows a lot of little rainbows inside. Can you guys see the rainbow? It's so beautiful, and sometimes when I put it by my window, it just kind of gives off that rainbow light, you know, with the sun and the crystal in between. It gives off that rainbow inside my room. It's like having your own personal rainbow inside your room, and I wish I can show you guys, but unfortunately my camera is not that great for magical things like that. And here I have two Tibetan black quartz. They are very pretty. I just couldn't get enough of them as well. They have all my favorite color: white, clear, black, sometimes a little bit of a blue in there. I love them, they're amazing. Especially at night by the salt lamp that I have, they are impeccable. This one also has a little bit of a rainbow in them. I don't know if my camera is kind of like giving justice to it right now, but they are beautiful. I'm addicted. I just couldn't get enough of them. They actually remind me of ice cubes. Next one is a really pretty amethyst. Of course, I told you guys are gonna be seeing a lot of amethyst in my collection. I just couldn't get enough of them. This one I place beside the selenite lamp that I have, or by my laptop. It just gives me inspiration whenever I am working on something. And I just noticed right now that almost all of my crystals has a little bit of like rainbow in them, which I love. This one has a little bit of rainbow inside of her too. And then the next one will be a really cute clear quartz cluster. This one reminds me of Game of Thrones, that throne in the show. This piece is really beautiful, especially under the sunlight or the moonlight. Just gives off that really good magical energy to it. I wouldn't be able to stop looking at it even if I try. It's so small, but it's so beautiful and magical at the same time. I can't. My heart is just melting right now. It's really awesome how you could have thousands of years in the palm of your hands. Next one is a lithium quartz crystal. This is a rare find. This is the best one that I can find in the city. When I got it, I couldn't put it down. I was just like, I have to have it. It looks like a little rose quartz to me, but it's not. If you like pink or green stones, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's because it deals with the heart chakra and it gives you some healing, and it's just amazing. This one in my fingers right now is actually a citrine crystal. It's really pretty. I love it. I was contemplating if I should get this one, and then I'm glad that I did. I did because citrine is actually really hard to find, especially the unprocessed ones, and I'm just lucky to have that one. This one is actually a smoky quartz crystal, not heated or anything. I like to place it with my obsidian. I think they just look good. I just love looking at them. It's really beautiful. I have this little guy in here. Unfortunately, it kind of faded a little bit at the top because I left it in the sun for a long period of time, probably months. And then when I noticed, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's fading. I shouldn't have done that. It's still beautiful. I have this really beautiful, small and cute spirit quartz. Lately, I've been having a hard time staying in my room because there was just a lot of different crystals, and I think my energy is kind of like being overwhelmed. And when I started bringing it in, I was fine after that. And remember guys, when I told you about me being addicted to fossilite? Well, this one is another form of a fossilite. It has a different shape to it. It has more square crystals to it with a little bit of like stibulite, the pink kind of shade that you are seeing on your screen right now. It has a bluish kind of like mint green tone to it, which I love very much. Also, I have another fossilite small piece in here. It's really pretty. It's beautiful. Again, it has that irresistible green, mint green kind of shade to it. I just love it. There's not enough words for me to describe how much I love this piece, or at least my fossilite pieces. They're amazing. Also, I have this little smoky quartz cluster in my fingers right now. It's really cute, you guys. I love it. This crystal is actually very special to me. It has a little bit of black tourmaline rutile inside. Can you guys see that? It's really beautiful. It's a citrine, guys, and it's unprocessed. It looks like a phantom crystal too, all in one. That's amazing. In here, guys, I have my Ametrine Crystal. It's a combination of amethyst and citrine. I also have a couple of amethyst little clusters in here. I believe this ones I got from Quebec as a souvenir when we visited that canyon park or river or something. I forgot where it was. I'm sorry, you guys, but they are beautiful. I love them. I still couldn't stop collecting them. The next one is my very own pendulum. This one is a clear quartz point pendulum. I just got this one recently and I couldn't leave it at the store. I just have to have it. I still haven't mastered the art of asking your pendulum questions, but I'm working on it. It's just beautiful. How can you not look at that? I also have this one. This is actually my very first pendulum, but unfortunately I have probably broke it at some point because it has a line, like a crack on it now, and I'm not sure how I got that because it was just in my pocket all day, and then when I started taking it out, I noticed that small line. Can you guys see it? It's right there, look. Anyways, it's still very pretty and I'm not gonna throw it away. And then I have this really huge chunk of clear quartz crystal. I thought at first it was a calcite, but the lady said it wasn't. And there's a lot of rainbows in it too, guys. My camera's just not showing that right now, but it does, and it's so magical. I love it. I am back from strolling around downtown. It's now nighttime, so obviously the ambience had kind of changed. As you can see, I have here the pink Himalayan salt lamp. I love it so much. You can just sense that it changed the whole vibe of the room. I love it. I've had it for a long time. It's just so mesmerizing and relaxing. It's like a little fireplace beside my bed, even without all the mess. This one is actually a shung guide, and I place it between me and my laptop or my tablet, or sometimes even my phone, just to get rid of that infrared vibration that kind of like makes me sick sometimes. And yes, those are true. So if you are sensitive to that, you can get yourself a shung guide as well. I also have a spear-shaped selenite right beside my laptop here, and it's just so beautiful. It's funny because it also looks like a moon, which makes it even more awesome. If you are into crystals, you'll know why I find it funny and awesome at the same time, why I have a spear-shaped, moon-shaped selenite crystal with me. Have in here for the last crystal that I'm going to show you is my relaxing, calming selenite lamp, and I've been wanting one for a long time, and this is just the perfect one. It's so beautiful.